So, one of the things that I absolutely love about the new city of Heaven's Reach is just how much movement freedom we have in it. Like, we have all the freedom in the world to do parkour around here, and we have quite a lot of movement abilities. There are people glitching bikes, there are people using gigantification. Of course, the mechanical outfit also works because that's the machine control is the intended way of getting places. There are a lot of robots that can help you traverse upwards, and we just have a lot of abilities. We have Rippling Reverie that just kind of gives you a little bit of distance. We have Sticky Claws Behind Prayers ability that allows you to glide for a while. We have abilities that allow you to freeze in the air. We have abilities that allow you to glide while you're attacking and continue flying forwards. We have dragons that help us teleport around. What I'm trying to say is that there are a lot of ways to actually get around in this city. There we go. My bar is full. Currently, I am trying to reach the top of the Golden Court, and I wanted to record from the top of the Golden Court, but I thought, hey, if I am making a video about the fact that it is incredibly fun to have a lot of movement freedom and get places, you may as well kinda have a compilation of me attempting to get to there we go, Golden Court. I have forced myself up this high so far. That's not bad. My next ledge is over there. Let's see what we can do. We can probably copter up again. Obviously, I have ballerina and I can just walk up walls, but that's kind of what the ability was meant to do. Therefore, it isn't quite as fun than to just figure out ways to force yourself up. Am I too close to that? Yep, I'm too close to the bad rock. And bad rock doesn't want me to go up. No matter, because this is far away from the bad rock. Copter to ledge has been a success. And that is another ledge above me. I wonder, can I copter to that ledge? Or not? There's another ledge that way. It would kind of probably be possible to Celestial Tide into Giant Jump into that ledge. So we can try this. And if I go big now. Oh god, that wasn't much of a jump. Come on, Giant. Nearly. Nearly. Coptering in here is probably still the best. Provided we have enough space. Anyway, I'm gonna glitch myself up there. See you at the top of the court. Nice view, isn't it? I thank the ballerina, which was created for this map, but I also would like to thank the bottle of water, Rippling Reverie, and also I would like to thank Gigantification outfit. I do a bit of zooming with Behind Prayers as well. Unfortunately, I don't have a motorcycle because you can do quite a lot of fun exploiting with the motorcycle. The whole point of this video is to tell you that I like this. I like movement freedom. I like there being a large, varied area with a lot of levels to utilize this movement freedom in here. I'm glad that they haven't, like, segmented off outfits and actually allow you to use the majority of your abilities inside Heaven's Reach. I hate the fact that some outfits only work in Wishliot, some outfits only work in Itzaland, and then in Boneyard we couldn't, like, use gigantification for, like, the longest time, and in Heaven's Reach it's like they opened the floodgates. They said, use whatever you want, and there's this just girly desire to climb, and to put myself in spaces where I shouldn't be, and put myself in spaces that are interesting, and put myself in spaces that are high up. Yes, I'm gonna tackle that a little bit later and off camera, but that was the whole point of me climbing here, and nothing is putting me here. I am putting myself here. There is no incentive for me to get here because the patch, which presumably takes you there, is not active just yet. I am going there ahead of time. You know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of 1.8 when we got Danking Island, and during the whole Danking Island, half of the patch released late, and it released on top of these, like, kinda canyons. I would go and show you, but that would mean getting off here, and nah, I just spent a while getting here, so I'm staying right here. Those canyons weren't really accessible until the second part of the story dropped. It didn't stop people from accessing it. Bicycle could take you up rocks, and bike can actually take you up rocks. Both of those methods to traverse are still available in Heaven's Reach. Let me show you a very interesting Reddit post. This post is called "Don't Know How to Reach Golden Court? Here is the worst way to do it. I have a bike and a No! I haven't finished the first chapter of the new story, which just proves that if you give your people the ability to do something, the ability to go, explore, move around, platform, they're gonna do it, no matter you put goodies for doing so or not. They do it because it's fun, they do it because it's interesting. Getting places can become a game in itself, and Heaven's Reach is a very, very well designed map, and the developers absolutely knew what they were doing when they unleashed us all directly into it this freely. When they unlocked all of the movement abilities, they definitely knew what they were doing. And I've seen people utilize Danking Island's dragon. I've seen people break out of the map in general. I've seen people use lion, I've seen people use unicorn. I have seen people use absolutely everything imaginable. As you can see, this person is using the motorbike. Of course, not every player is gonna have every ability. I don't have the motorbike. I do have the bicycle, in case I ever wanted to try any of these. And I also have the ballerina fit. And of course, being the map that's supposed to sell you on the ballerina fit, it's a bit inconvenient to navigate, and that's why there are so many walls to climb. But the fun bit is, you don't need the ballerina fit. You can find other ways to climb said walls, and that is a game in itself. I feel like, up until this point, the developers kinda underutilized platforming. Well, not in every map, and when the game released, platforming was kinda a key part of curio domains, so, you know, there's that. But a lot of the times, we don't really get an environment that's like this fun to explore and exploit. Most environments used to be quite straightforward, so I appreciate the fact that this isn't, and the fact that it is so big. I would say that 2.8, outside of other excellent things like the vibes, the visuals, the story, one of the best things about it for me is that I've literally just lost traversing the gigantic, ginormous map that they gave to us, that we have the freedom to explore around in every little bit possible. I have climbed places just because I can. I have decided to go from one place to another on foot looking for dues and for curio domains, and I have utilized every skill that I had. I'm utilizing Rippling Reverie on the regular. When I got it last patch, I was like, well, maybe it's gonna be useful. It's kind of handy to have a little bit of height, and it's kind of very handy to have a little bit of height in a map full of this, full of the ability to explore, to climb, to play, to platform. And it's fun. It is so much fun. I hope that there's more maps than just Heaven's Reach. You don't need to obviously size it for a Titan. There are other plans, like city maps tend to have skyscrapers. Those might be fun to try and clobber your way up as well. I hope that there are more maps that are somewhat vertically inclined, or at the very least have fun little features or places that the community can try to get to just for the sake of getting to. Once again, 1.8 Tanking Island comes to mind, with us technically not being allowed to climb rocks, and yet all of us climbed rocks, or attempted to climb rocks with every way possible. It's fun. It's just fun. So if I have to highlight, because this is what it is, I haven't even discussed this at the start of the video, but this is what it is. This is me highlighting the points of this update that I love. If I have to highlight something that I love about this update, it is the freedom of movement, it is the size of the map, and the freedom to climb and to get places and to try to get places with all of the abilities that we have. It's once again very interesting depending on your own ability loadout, what you have and what you don't have. It is interesting to make it work with what you have, and it is also interesting to use methods that are entirely not intended, because we're kind of just intended to use the machine skill or to touch the little flowers that kind of make you float up. But it's fun. It is fun, and by God do I love this update for this. So, please infold more maps where you have significant freedom of movement, because the entertainment potential for just trying to get places is actually limitless. So, thank you for this video. How are you finding Heaven's Reach? I've known that some people have found it very confusing or hard to run because it is so populated, and yeah, it is quite heavy on machines. It is also, because it's vertical, it's very hard to fully explore and find all the chests and so on, because it might be like 2 levels above you and you just can't see it. Well, you're doing ground level, or you might be doing rooftops and not see what's on the ground level. So, you know, there is some complexity to all of that, but personally I love it. So what do you think about the map? Because I think that it is worth highlighting as like the highlight of the game, and I hope that we get more maps like that. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much for my Patreon supporters, and toodaloo for now.